evening. I would like to call to order the November 11th, 2019 Transportation and Road Improvement Committee to order. Would the secretary please call our roll?
Chairperson Mills.
Present.
Vice Chairperson Stanton.
Present.
Trustee Arnett.
Present.
Trustee Newell.
Present.
Trustee Palafis.
Present.
Trustee Gata.
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present.
Thank you. We have a quorum this evening. I look for a motion to approve the minutes of October 14th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting of October 21st.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Anything to correct on those minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. We have no new business on this committee this evening. We do have a report for information-only purposes, our Transportation Division monthly report. Is there anything to highlight on that?
Nothing this evening, Trustee Mills.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, we will mark that as received and filed. Thank you. President's report.
Ooh,
Quick tonight.
very quick tonight. Holy moly. Okay. I think we all mourn the passing of Jennifer Georgievics, the Director of Operations of her father. Condolences, Jen.
Thank you.
On Tuesday, the 5th, we had the Roselle Road Bike Path Bridge ribbon cutting. Boy, it was cold on that bridge. At least I thought it was. After today, I guess it wasn't so bad. But it's a beautiful bridge, and they had a lot of people come out, a lot of bikers, too. It was really cool. We also had the Celtic Fest Commission meeting that evening. On Wednesday, the 6th, we had the Capital Improvements Board meeting. And on Sunday, we had an Eagle Scout ceremony that Trustee Gate and I attended for Alaric Ramsathong. It was in Bartlett. Very impressive young man. And today we had several Veterans Day ceremonies. We had the one at St. Hubert's that Trustee Gate and Trustee Stanton and I went to. And then Whiteley School had a Veterans event, and Trustee Gata was the featured speaker. He was asked by my granddaughter Ella, who absolutely loves Trustee Gata.
I
And
love
once
her,
again,
too.
we're both there, and she hugs you first.
That is funny.
I'm in good copy when you're not around, Mike. What can I tell you?
I know, when she came in there, she saw me, and the mayor was sitting right next to me. She came right over and hugged me and gave me a kiss, and I said, Grandpa's right over here.
Oh, him? Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I know that guy.
I will remember.
That was cool. And then we had the Veterans Day ceremony in our police building inside that Trustee Gate also made it to, and Trustee Mills, and Trustee Palafis, who was a member of the Veterans Memorial Commission. It's always a very moving ceremony. And basically, that's all I have for right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have no other to come before this committee this evening. I do not have any items in review. I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of adjournment, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. We are adjourned, and thank you.
I'd like to call to order the Planning, Building, and Zoning Committee for the Village of Hoffman Estates on this November 11th, 2019. May we have a roll call, please?
Chairman Stanton.
Present.
Vice Chairman Arnett.
Present.
Trustee Mills.
Present.
Trustee Newell.
Present.
Trustee Palafis.
Present.
Trustee Gata.
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present.
Thank you. We do have a quorum. Looking for approval of the minutes of October 14th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
Anybody notice any corrections or deletions that need to be made? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Now I'm looking for approval of the minutes of October 21st, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Anybody notice any corrections or deletions that need to be made in those? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. We do have one item in new business, which is a request authorization to award a contract for the Village Green Master Plan to TRIA, is that correct pronunciation? TRIA, okay, Architecture of Burr Ridge, Illinois, in an amount not to exceed $108,500.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Kevin, why don't you explain what this is all about?
Sure. Just a quick background. So the Village Green Ad Hoc Committee was formed in 2017 to kind of find new ways to maximize the Village Green out there. Originally, they put together an RFP to find an architect to build a new stage. That project was put on hold while the Western Area Plan was completed with Lakota. When that was finished, the ad hoc committee met again this September after getting the process going again to look at the Village Green as a whole. Two firms presented at that time, two architectural firms, and the committee selected TRIA to assist with the master plan and design services for the Village Green. So staff held further discussions with TRIA to refine the scope, negotiate the cost, and that's what's before you today. Just a couple quick points I want to hit on from the proposal. One is the deliverables. What are we getting for this? And it'll be a estimate of the construction costs for the entire master plan to be completed out there. So a nice, pretty master plan of this is where everything is going to go. So we'll have kind of the long range of the ultimate goal for out there. And then the full phasing and implementation plan, I think, is going to be really key to this. So they'll put together. Phase 1 is going to be, and I'm just using this as an example, but will be grading. Phase 2 will be a new concession or remodel concession building. Phase 3 will be the stage. Phase 4 will be the entryway. Phase 5 will be the expanded beer garden. However many phases there are of different pieces of the project. And then they're going to associate 2019 dollars costs for those so that the board would then be able to say, we know we have X amount of dollars. We want to start phase 1, 4, and 5 next year and work on it that way. The other three things that will come along with this that will be needed is a wetland delineation for out there for any MWRD permits, and then topographic and new plats of surveys for both the Village Green and the roadways adjacent. Should take about 2 to 3 months from the original kickoff. So we'd be looking sometime in the early spring here. Yes, this isn't January, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, it'll be early spring when we'll have this done. So staff worked with Corporation Council as well as TRIA to get this proposal presented to you today.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
Wait,
Hold
wait,
on.
excuse
We
us.
will get to you in a minute. Yes, Trustee Mills.
So in other words, once they get this master plan down, we're not locked into certain steps in this. We can switch around to see what we feel is most important to be done.
Yes, but there are some things that are going to have to precede other things.
Sure, like
So-
topography and things like that.
And that's
yeah.
the benefit of having an architect, planning company like TRIA on board, because
Okay.
as we look at it as a staff, the grading is going to be probably the most important issue. And where those phases hit and the grading, in some places, you're not going to be able to stop at a line on the grading. So yes, but within reason.
Okay, thank you.
Jim, do we have money in the budget, upcoming budget set aside for some of this work?
We do. We have money sitting in the, what used to be the EDA junior bond amounts. It's now the Western Area Prairie Stone Capital Fund. And I don't remember the exact amount, but there is, we had money in this year's budget for design work in 2019. Obviously, we'll have to carry some of that money forward, and then we have money for some construction next year.
Okay, thanks.
But we did not know, when we put that in, we didn't have anything to actually guide us. It's a lump sum amount that's just had to sit there.
No, I understand, yeah. Anybody else with any other questions here? All right, anybody from the audience that wishes to address us?
Now's your
up
chance
the-
to come up.
You gotta come up to the microphone.
Yes, you come up here.
And please give us your name and address.
Wait, is that microphone on?
But that's not, it's on here, but not there. Okay.
Vatia Hill. I am representing Elevate Energy. We're a nonprofit organization. And I was just asking you, sir, that
Could you give
were-
us your address there, where you're at?
My address?
Well, your
Oh,
company.
Where your
address.
company is?
The 322 South Green Street in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, thank you.
I live here in Schaumburg, though, and I was raised and born here, so,
We're not Schaumburg, by the way, but
well. We all function together, District 54 to 11, we all function together in a way. But what I was asking you, sir, was what do you have regarding affordable housing? Because it sounds like you were, some of that development would include that.
So
it was, would
the
it not be?
property in question
Yeah,
is sitting out in Prairie Stone, okay? And when it was deeded to the village, it was restricted to recreational uses only, no housing. So all this will be is basically a park.
okay. So here, since I'm talking to all of you people, folks, so the conversation that we want to start, because there's something that I think that, so we're a nonprofit and we focus on energy efficiency, and we actually support people who have have buildings that are affordable housing complexes. And my job is I'm a community organizer, so interestingly enough, because I lived in, moved around, but I lived out here a lot in my life, there is a lot of, what do I say? How do I say this to not, because there's white people out here that we think there is not a need for affordable housing support. And we all know gentrification, and there are a lot of needs out here for support, and actually what our organization does is support that. So building owners that actually are supporting that, we subsidize them up between 70 to 100% of retrofits so they can be more energy efficient, and so that it helps with the cost of the tenant and it helps with the cost of building owners. So that's what my job is. But also is to also educate the community about how can we be more energy efficient. And I personally want to educate our students, the youth. I went to high school out here. I went to Fremd. I went to Plum Grove Junior High. I went to so my point is I hate to say that just because I do feel like there is that lack of, listen, let's be honest, there is a discretionary understanding between cultures, race, yet when it comes down to it, if we can teach our children, the youth, how to be more understanding about being more energy efficient in their homes, and they can help their parents, how do we do that? And that is what I want to do. So I have been having a challenge to speak to different high schools, because that's what I feel like 15, 16-year-olds that can actually hear this conversation and know if they can make a difference. I'm sorry, I totally took away from what you were bringing up, but I feel like I wouldn't know if I would have another chance. So if anyone here can support me in that, giving me maybe some feedback on what I can do, or maybe some connections, I've reached out to Oak Grove High School, I again went to Fremd High School, but how can we start that education about how we can help climate change, and then help the youth actually understand that, and not just be like this high-level conversation, like, wow, versus it just,
all right, Jim, this has really nothing to do with what our topic is, but
has nothing to do with it.
no, nothing to do with it.
Don't know if I would ever had a chance to have this conversation, so I
What you
totally
should
took
probably
advantage.
have come is in front of the board when
I
we're
took
as a
advantage of
board.
it, and I don't, and
So-
I will not apologize for that.
So what I'd invite you to do is to give Kevin your name and address and phone number,
Yeah,
and we will contact you. We have a sustainability commission, which
I
is-
have reached out to them, and I think someone in here that I
Yeah,
talked to. that-
Susanna Ostrovsky, who
Yeah.
is the coordinator of that.
Right.
And we're in the middle of finalizing our sustainability plan.
Yeah.
For the next 5 years, so the whole energy efficiency.
Yes.
We're one of the few communities that's Soul Smart designated and.
Absolutely, you are.
Yeah.
And actually, you're actually not, but this whole area is, but Chicago is as well, like the whole Chicagoland. And that's just,
Yeah,
I've
we-
totally taken over this conversation. I want to let it go, but thank you for letting me know that there's someone that I can actually reach out to, because I
Right,
have
and then on
already.
the affordable housing side, We are one of the few communities in the northwest suburbs that actually meets the guidelines for affordable housing.
Yeah.
Hoffman Estates, not Schaumburg, not any of our neighbors, we are. And that's one of the reasons.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's why
So
we're
I'm
so
just saying that's
diverse.
where I live. But no, absolutely. And that is, we can support those building owners. And if they, want to actually be more energy efficient and they can save money and things like that. Like that's so I definitely bogarted this conversation. I appreciate your time. And if it wasn't for this, I would, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
All right, why don't you see Kevin over here after we're done? Or Pete, do you want to? Okay. All right, anybody else in the audience that wishes to address us on this particular topic of the Village Green? And no one else on this board have any other questions? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. We have 3 reports for information only. That's, first is the Planning Division Monthly Report. Any questions, anyone? That'll be received and filed. Second is the Code Enforcement Division Monthly Report. Any questions from anybody up here on those, or on that? Okay, that'll be received and filed. And third and last is the Economic Development and Tourism Monthly Report. Kevin is right here. Anybody with questions for Kevin? Oh, we do. Okay, Trustee Mills.
I don't know if this is one of yours or not, but it looked like we had quite a bit of tourism in town this weekend with the high school soccer tournament. There were buses, there had to be 100 buses parked over by McDonald's on Friday night.
Yeah, and I don't have the exact numbers. I'm meeting with Linda tomorrow, so I can get you updated numbers on that. But I know she was pretty busy with all of that.
That was
stuff.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
And they even had a police escort with the buses, I was told.
It was Edwardsville, St. Pat.
No, it was Morton from
Morton?
Cicero Berwyn,
Yeah, they won.
yeah, and Benet Academy.
Yeah, Bennett, right?
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
but it was something to see all those buses the
Yeah.
other night.
They said the bleachers were completely full both
Well, I
sides.
hope a lot of them stayed in town.
Yeah. Well, the Edwardsville people, I'm sure, did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that was all. I was just curious to bring that up.
Okay, that'll be received and filed. President's report.
Nothing else, Chairman Stanton.
Thank you. We have nothing in other items in review. Jim, you have something to say?
Yes, sir, I'd ask that this item be removed from items in review. When Mr. Kramer was at the Chicago ICSC, a representative of the Rorman Group came up to him and told him that a number of their properties, including these 2, have been assigned to a broker and are going to be on the market for sale.
Okay. Anybody want to make a motion to remove this from items in review?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Any opposed? The ayes have it. It's removed. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
so moved.
Sec-
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. We are adjourned.
I'd like to go ahead and call the General Administration and Personnel Committee for the Village of Hoffman Estates for November 11th, 2019. May I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Arnett,
Present.
Vice Chairman Mills,
Present?
Trustee Stanton,
Present.
Trustee Newell,
Present.
Trustee Palafis.
Present.
Trustee Gata,
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present.
Thank you. We do have a quorum. If I can get a motion for the approval of minutes for October 14th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, anybody have any corrections or questions? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. We do have one new item in new business. Request approval to award a 2-year contract with a 3rd-year extension option for full-service professional printing services for the monthly citizen newsletter to Press Tech out of Des Plaines, Illinois, and the annual amount of $32,530.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, staff have anything to add?
This is just the printing for our monthly citizen newsletter. The person who won the firm that won the RFP is our existing incumbent. They've provided us with great service, so we're happy to contract with them for another 2 years.
Great, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, we do have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. We'll move on to reports for information only. Number 1 is the Cable TV Monthly Report. Anyone have anything to add? Nothing? Okay. We will receive and file that one. Number 2 is the Human Resources Management Monthly Report. Anything? Thank you. We'll receive and file that one as well. Number 3 is the Legislative Operations and Outreach Monthly Report. Okay, we'll go ahead and receive and file that one. Anything other in the President's report, Mr. Mayor?
Nothing else, Chairman.
Okay, I see nothing in other or items in review. If I can have a motion for an adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn into executive session for the purposes of personnel performance, 5 ILCS 120/2C1.
So moved. Or second.
All those in favor?
Need a roll call on that.
Roll call, that's
Roll-
right.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Arnett,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Mills,
Aye.
Trustee Stanton,
Aye.
Trustee Newell,
Aye.
Trustee Palafis,
Aye.
Trustee Gata,
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye.
Thank you. We are adjourned.